rolling a 0 on initiative. Jesus, you don't get to participate in the combat. Hey everybody, SkyDieRay here, welcome to another D&D memes video. How are you guys doing? Having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I want to quickly kindly ask you if you want to take a moment to smash the like video on the button. It only takes a second, helps out, and I appreciate it lots, so thanks so much for that. Also, if you want to consider subscribing to the channel, it only takes a moment, you can undo it later if you change your mind, and I appreciate it lots, so thanks so much for that as well. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. My party has 2 clerics. We were fighting goblins, and the clerics somehow switched places on the battle map, instantly killing 2 of them without even making attack rolls. Is this some kind of class feature? Okay, we're really doing memes like this now, huh? I know it was chess last time, I'm not sure what kind of joke it is this time, but yeah, okay. We're doing a lot of crossover episodes this week on DnDMemes, huh? Game hook number 40,000. The Imperium of Men warps in above your world to claim it in the name of the God Emperor of Mankind. Okay, this is out of nowhere, but yeah, no, solid game hook, I guess. Pathfinder Pantheon picks. The tale of Caedan Caelian, the accidental god. Getting drunk one night, a sellsword's body dares him to take the test of the Starstone, which thousands have died attempting and only 2 have passed. Hold my beer and watch this. Later, emerging from the ever-shifting Maze Cathedral, oh man, what did I do last night? Wait, beloved chaotic good god whose every shrine doubles as a functional tavern where you can get plastered in worship. Become unhinged. 1 D&D, D&D 6th edition or D&D 5.5th edition, and then there's D&D 5F. Jesus Christ. Whew, that's supposed to be a meme, that's supposed to be a joke. Okay. Can you intimidate someone into better initiative? Fighter. I move 30 feet back down the hole and yell fireball. DM. You can't cast that, you don't know that spell. I'm not casting it, I'm telling the wizard to cast it. It's not their turn. Like, for a few turns, honestly. Fine, I roll to intimidate the wizard into casting it right now. I mean, DM looks at the wizard and the fighter. Roll me some checks? Fighter gets a 19, and wizard gets a 3. DM looks at the wizard. I guess you're casting fireball right now. At least one D&D specifies that the influence action can only be used on DM-controlled creatures. Watching that player ask the DM if they can roll to seduce other player characters. Yeah, that's a big no. Jesus, man, that's... If this is true about 1D&D, that's one thing they're doing better at least. Assuming they don't change it. I've heard that this is not the final form of 1D&D. Being afraid is a tool. The kobold, after and pissing themselves just to give their party advantage. Okay, that's adorable. that's just adorable. He just keeps going. Look at him go. And we had to investigate a desert temple. DM shares his screen on Discord. Panic. Can't figure out dynamic lightning in Roll20. Calm. Rule 24 gnolls in the second tab. That is a big reason for panicking and concern, yeah. Might want to find a new DM, I don't know. Balance isn't necessary because D&D isn't a competition might be the dumbest mistake that I've seen this year. Hard to swallow pills. Just because D&D isn't a competition doesn't mean that being useless feels fun. To be fair, sometimes it's probably intentional. Stop accidentally making 4th edition or draw 25. 5th edition homebrewers fixing marshals. The good old future. Remember when Cyberpunk was set in the dystopian future of 2020? Pepper Ridge Farm remembers. Yeah, I don't know, might have to wait a few more years for that, I guess. Not quite yet. Goodbye darkness, my old friend. Hey, we're taking a long rest, right? Yes, now shut up, trying to sleep, says the warlock. But you have devil's sight. Everything's always bright. How can you sleep? The warlock, okay. Surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Former D&D purist looking at, Vampire the Masquerade, Zweihander, Grim and Perilous RPG, Neuroshima, Warhammer, Fantasy Roleplay, and Wolsung Steampunk Fantasy or something? Adding a bunch of other systems. Get in, loser, we're going to rebel. There's also that guy from Greek mythology that I can't remember the name of. Can my druid turn into a swarm of creatures? What? The wild shape rules say the creature has to be a beast, but it doesn't say anything about a swarm of beasts, which still counts as one creature. And the monster manual says the nature of swarms is that they're basically a hive mind. So the druid's consciousness can be the center of the hive mind. This is why I love playing D&D with you, Jesse. You always think of so many fun and creative ideas. There are now. You guys are overthinking it. There may not be any traps. The DM in the background with the evil smile, alright. One of the lost gems of Xanatar's guide. Fun facts with the Xanatar. Why does no one use my rules for tools? Cook's utensils let you heal others during a short rest. Alchemist supplies let you make acid and liquid fire. And I put time and effort into making those cool guys, come on. Well, to nobody's surprise probably, it's most likely because nobody reads those rules, so nobody is aware of those, being a thing. So nobody, even thinks about adding them or not. Yeah, I think that's likely the reason for it. Colossal statues are objects? Then they must be very discrete. Rules. An object is a discrete inanimate object. Okay? And then there's the rules example of discrete inanimate objects, which is, not discrete at all. At least 5th edition has prices for armor. Well, non-magical armor, I guess. The market will regulate itself. Capitalist is the most efficient. Then you have the prices for armors. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Sir, please. Don't be greedy, folks. Too much gold attracts dragons. Wizards of the Coast announces a new and monetization model. Peso, Pathfinder role-playing game. Business is booming. I'm sad for the small creators, but the old license said it's forever, so anyone who can afford a lawyer is going to fight this greedy crap. Pathfinder role-playing game. I'll be deep in the cold ground before I recognize the new Wizards of the Coast D&D license. What do I do now? Rolling a 0 on initiative. Jesus, you don't get to participate in the combat. Things that make you go, DM giving the DMPC the only legendary item in the campaign. I guess it was need to know information. Fun facts with the Xanatar. Tasha wrote an entire chapter about how to have a sugar daddy. An entire chapter. Just a funny argument that happened in the sub. This is exhaustion. Yup. Getting 6 levels of exhaustion will kill you. Yup. Berserker Frenzy will give you a level of exhaustion. That makes sense to me. So Berserker Barbarian's Frenzied Rage can kill you. You don't know how exhaustion works. So sad how true this is. I made this. You made this? I made this. This meme never gets old in contexts like this. Like, it's sad how this meme is often, accurate and, useful. Kings, to be honest. Rangers and paladins. We shouldn't be spellcasters. Yes, this happened. Have the cleric be unable to see blood because of their oath to Yondala. They kill a rat by accident and become unable to cast spells for the rest of combat. The rogue falls unconscious and is... Yeah, good luck with that. Arise! Arise, Riders of Fantasy! The entire TTRPG community, if Wizards of the Coast goes through with its OGL changes. Pathfinder fans, Critical Role fans, Dimension 20 fans, fan-made tools enjoyers, and third-party game fans. Dev, alright. Pretty much this. Peso with Pathfinder. I made this. You made this? Proceed to take it. I made this. Finding a DM in the style of an Oglaf comic. Safe for work. I've got this fantasy campaign. Wanna run it for me? Well, I can't help you there, I'm not a GM. You misunderstand. I'm a player in the sense that I don't want to do any work or take any responsibility. So to GM me, you'll just need to do everything I want, usually before I know I want it. So when you say I'm a player, you mean I'm lazy and demanding? Can I use my homebrew class? Lancer is looking pretty good right now, honestly. Now is a great time to remind everyone of Lancer's RPG third-party license, which is 1. Don't be a shithead, 2. Don't reprint the core book, lol, and 3. Put a cool logo on it. What happens if the logo isn't cool? A 10-feet woman comes to your house and kills you, which is just can't turn it off. Me absolutely nailing a series of saves. My DM trying to preserve narrative tension. You will be okay. You have no choice. Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it. Better days are already coming. It is too late now. Hashtag thanks, hashtag ominous positivity. Time to jump ship or turn pirate. Me, when Wizards of the Coast kills my content that I was creating for 5 years. D&D? Nah, not anymore. Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Fallout the RPG, SCP RPG, Avatar Legends, Mini 6, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Heresy, Deathwatch, Only War, Rogue Trader, Warhammer Fantasy RPG 4th Edition, all editions and expansions of Mork Borg, Shadow of the Demon Lord, and Icon Superpower RPG, and probably a lot more options that are not listed here, yeah. Pet Tarask go brr. Imagine a Tarask as a pet for the party. What? The party finds one as a puppy, and they think it's just a big lizard and keep it. Then, sometime later, the party gets launched into the future at the same location and they find an adult Tarask, but it doesn't attack them and they understand what the lizard was because of a scar or something. This could be both badass and a good trade-off to put them into more difficult encounters. Jesse, what the f are you talking about? DMs, have you ever saved the party from a TPK? A TPK to the party and an NPC suddenly getting spell slots. I mean, that's why as a DM you just roll your dice behind the DM screen, so you can, you know, pretend it was anything if you want to, if you really wanna, you know, avoid some certain scenario from happening. You can mix and match the totem features, guys. Blow my mind. You can be a bear totem barbarian without the extra damage resistances. That ups the CR significantly. Concept: a Baba Yaga hut, but it's Waffle House. Waffle House with chicken legs. This is the bizarrely specific meme and humor that I've been waiting for. Waffle Hut. Don't ask what's in the breakfast sausages. This Waffle House remains open by standing up and relocating to a safer location. I've checked 5th edition, Pathfinder 1st edition and 2nd edition, and even Warhammer Fantasy 4th edition. Only one I found was World of Darkness that had rules for it. You are here. Tell me something I don't know. None of the popular TTRPGs have rules for throwing and catching items between characters, despite the potential use of moving wands and potions around an encounter. Tell me something else I don't know. Something less disturbing. Tell me how grappling works in Pathfinder without looking it up. 5th edition. The DM has to make 50 rule calls per session. Pathfinder. 3/4 of the session is looking up rules. Then there's a regular player or DM, I guess, whatever, choosing a game system. Every request for advice thread ever. I've stopped using dice and now no one knows if they succeed the check. Has anyone got any homebrew for this? You don't need homebrew if you just follow the rules and roll dice. There's no wrong way to play. Dice are heavy and rolling them is hard. My table never uses dice. The game doesn't work without them. I'll even send you a link to an auto dice roller to make it easier. Stop trying to tell me how to run my game and give me the homebrew to make it work. Jesus Christ, I mean, I get the idea. I get the point of the joke, but this is quite the extreme exaggeration here. Alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for today's video. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like if you didn't subscribe if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Let's also use YouTube, Twitter, lots of thanks so much for Joes. Links below if you need to check them out, the social media, Discord, or anything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Everybody, bye.